Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the NFL 2023 season, the week 13, the score. Where there was another week of the NFL. There is just 3 weeks left to the end the NFL 2023 regular season and start the playoffs. So, in this time, I'm going to talk about what happened in the week 15, the scores, the game, and the teams that qualify now to the playoffs, and the teams that were eliminated. So the last Thursday night football this week started with a divisional game where the Rider didn't have any problem and accumulate the Los Angeles Charger 63-21. This was a very strange game because remember that 2 weeks ago, the last week, the Raiders lost 0-3 against the Vikings and didn't score. And the Raiders in this time didn't have any problem where in the field they defined the game in the first quarter where they were winning 21-0. And in the end, they scored 63 points. They were leading in the halftime 42-0. In the rest of the game, they won the game 63-21. This is a very humiliating way for the Los Angeles Chargers that they lost his starting quarterback Justin Herbert for the rest of the season. With this loss, the Los Angeles Chargers head coach lost his job as the general manager, and the Chargers will have a new head coach the next season, and the Chargers are practically eliminated. And with this victory, the Las Vegas Raiders still have hope to enter to the playoff. There is it's very difficult to enter, but they still have hope. And this Saturday we have for first time 3 games in the season. Remember that for three weeks the NFL will have the games in Saturday because remember the college football regular season ended. So this Saturday we have 3 games, where in the first game the Cincinnati Bengals defeated 27-24 the Minnesota Vikings in overtime. This was a great game where the Cincinnati Bengals didn't play a great game in the first 3 quarters, but in the fourth quarter they played tremendous football, where in the end of the third quarter the Cincinnati Bengals were losing the game 3-17, and I thought that the Cincinnati Bengals were gonna to lose the game, but not. They scored 21 points in the last quarter to tie the game in the last second of the game. They forced the overtime, where they won in the overtime with a field goal, 3 points, and the Cincinnati Bengals won the game 27-24. And in this moment, they are in playoffs. And the Minnesota Vikings, until this moment, I think they are in the playoff zone, but this loss is a very costly loss. So, the second game of the day, my Pittsburgh Steelers lost 13-30 against the Indianapolis Colts. This is a very costly bad loss for the Steelers, because with this loss, practically the Steelers are out of the playoffs. They are eliminated because with this loss, the Steelers are out of the playoffs in this moment, and they are not going to qualify because they need to win the rest of the last 3 games and hope for some combination. But how the Steelers are playing, they are playing a very poorly and bad game. They are eliminated, not officially, but they are going to lose. So with this loss, I think that it looks like that Mike Tomlin is not the right head coach in this moment. He need to move on, but I don't know if the owner, the Steelers owner Rooney, is gonna to do something. But it looks like that the Mike Tomlin era in Pittsburgh is nearing, and he's gonna to be fired. Let's see what happens. So with this loss, the Steelers are practically eliminated, and the Indianapolis Colts are in playoffs in this month. And in the last game of the Saturday, the Lions didn't have any problem where they defeated 42-17 the Denver Broncos. Before the game, I thought that this game was going to be closer than what was, but the Detroit Lions were a better team than the Denver Broncos, where in the halftime the Detroit Lions were winning 21-0. In the halftime, in the second half is when the Denver Broncos scored more points, but this wasn't enough. And in the end, the two Lions won the game 42-17. And with this victory, the Detroit Lions qualified to the playoffs Yes, I guess yes. And Denver Broncos, it looks like that they are gonna to miss the playoff because remember that they had won 5 consecutive games, but they have lost the last 3 games, and the games that started in the Sunday. One of the worst game in the second worst game of the week, the New Orleans Saints didn't have any problem to defeat 24-6 the New York Giants. With this victory, the New Orleans Saints have the record of 7-7, and they increase the possibilities to enter the playoffs. In this moment, the Saints have 2 possibilities to enter the playoffs: winning the NFC South or win the last 3 games and hope some combination to enter as a wild card. And the New Orleans are practically eliminated from this competition. And in another game, the Cleveland Browns defeated 2017 the Chicago Bears. The Cleveland Browns going to play a great game. The Chicago Bears play a tremendous game. They were leading the game and they were winning, and they were playing better than the Cleveland Browns. And I thought that the Cleveland Browns were going to lose this game and help the Steelers to enter to the playoffs, but not. The Cleveland Browns play a tremendous fourth quarter when they scored 30 points, and they won that game 20-17. But something curious happened. The Chicago Bears had the opportunity to win this game with a Hail Mary in the last play of the game. The one wide receiver by Chicago Bears had the opportunity to score because he had the ball in his hands, and if he caught that ball, he's gonna to Chicago Bulls were gonna to win this game, but he couldn't, and the Cleveland Browns won this game, 2017, and with this victory, the Cleveland Browns are the best wild card in the AFC. In the worst game of the week, the Panthers defeated 9-7 again to Atlanta Falcons. This was a surprise, a very bad game, and in the stadium there were like less than 200 people in the game. The Carolina Panthers are the worst team in the league. They won because Atlanta Falcons are very bad, and with this lose, the Atlanta Falcons are far away from to enter to the playoff because they have 2 games disadvantage against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC South. And in another game, the Buccaneers, for my surprise, they defeated 34-20 the Green Bay Packers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were a better team than the Green Bay Packers. I didn't expect that the Green Bay Packers lost this game, but in the end, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers played better, and Baker Mayfield played a tremendous game where he scored 4 touchdowns. With this victory, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are leading the NFC South, and it looks like, and if they win the last 3 games, they're going to qualify to the playoffs. And with this loss, the Green Bay Packers are far away to enter to the playoffs. In this moment, they are out of the playoffs, and they have back-to-back losses. In another game, the Miami Dolphins didn't have any problem and defeated 30-0 to New York Jets. Miami Dolphins had an easy game. Remember that they have some easy game in the first time that they played these 2 teams in the Thanksgiving Day, in the Black Friday game, where the Miami Dolphins had an easy game. They defined the game in the first half, where they were leading 24-0 in the halftime. And with this victory, the Miami Dolphins are in the second set in the AFC. Remember that they lost the last week, and for that reason, 2 weeks ago, for that reason they lost the first set. And with this loss, officially the New York Jets are eliminated from this competition. In another game, the Kansas City Chiefs defeated 27-17 the New England Patriots. The Kansas City Chiefs had a complicated game where in the first half they were battling because the New England played great football, especially in the defense. But in the second half they couldn't, and in the end the Kansas City won the game 27-17 and won the name victory of the season. And with the Denver Broncos loss, they look like that they're going to win the AFC West for 4 or 5 consecutive season. And in another game, the Texas came back. The Houston Texans defeated 19-16 the Tennessee Titans. This was a great game. The Tennessee Titans were playing great football. They were winning most of the time of the game. They were having the lead of the game. But in the fourth quarter, the Houston Texans played better, where they force a overtime, where they tie the game and send the game to the overtime, and the Texans won the game in overtime with a field goal and won this game. And this is great because the Houston Texans starting quarterback didn't play CJ Stroud for a contusion, but is bench quarterback did a great job, a regular job, and with this victory, the Houston Texans are in this moment in playoff zone, and with this loss, the Tennessee Titans are eliminated. And the games that started in the second shift, the 49ers didn't have any problem to defeat 45-29 the Arizona Cardinals. There is not much to comment. Just that with this victory, the San Francisco, I don't know if officially with this loss, the Arizona Cardinals are eliminated from this competition, and with this victory, the San Francisco 49ers won the NFC West, because the San Francisco 49ers won this game, and Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles lost their games. It looks like that the San Francisco 49ers will be the number one set in the NFC. And in another game, the Los Angeles Rams defeated 28-20 the Washington Commanders. This game was closer than what the scores say. The Los Angeles Rams were leading the game. They were winning in the end of the third quarter, 20-7. But in the fourth quarter, the Los Angeles Rams relaxed his game. In the end, they put the motion in the last second of the game, the Washington Commanders. But this wasn't enough. With this victory, the Los Angeles Rams, I think that in this moment they are in the hunt to enter to the playoffs, and the Washington Commanders are eliminated. And in another game, and a very surprising and disappointing game, the Buffalo Bills defeated 31-10 the Cowboys. I thought that this game would be closer at Togger, because I thought that the Cowboys were gonna to give more fight, and I thought that the Cowboys were gonna to win this game. And remember that I predicted that the Bills were gonna to win this game, but like by 1 or 3 point difference in the last second of the game. And I thought that, and for me, this was a surprise, because I thought that the Cowboys were going to win, but the Buffalo Bills dominated the game from the beginning to the end. And one is a game of the season, and they are in the hunt to enter to the playoffs. With this loss, the Dallas Cowboys lost the first set in the NFC East, but because the Philadelphia Eagles lost yesterday, they recovered the leader of the NFC East. And in the Sunday Night Football, the Baltimore Ravens defeated 23-7 the Jacksonville Jaguars. With this victory, the Baltimore Ravens are still leading the AFC conference. I am very disappointed for the Jacksonville Jaguars, because I thought that this game were going to be closer. To be honest, in the first half, the Jacksonville Jaguars have 4 opportunities to score the goal, to score 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals, but they missed that 2 field goals. There was 1 interception and 1 fumble, and in the halftime, the Baltimore Ravens were leading 10-0, but the score could have been 10-10 or 14-10 in favor for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but not. The Baltimore Ravens played better. The Jacksonville Jaguars didn't play a very great game. The Trevor Lawrence didn't play well, and he got a concussion. And let's see if he can play in the this week, the next week. And with this loss, the Jacksonville Jaguars have 3 consecutive losses, and the AFC South is tremendous, because the Jaguars, the Texans, and the Colts are fighting to win in this division. And in the last game of the week, in the Monday Night Football, the Seattle Seahawks defeated 2017 the Philadelphia Eagles. To be honest, this was a surprise for me, because I didn't expect that the Eagles were going to win. To lose, this is a 3 consecutive losses. Remember that they come from back-to-back losses, but I thought that the Eagles were going to play better. And the game was very close, where when there was like 130 minutes left to play in the last quarter, the Seattle Seahawks develop a drive for 93 touchdown drive, 93 drive that scored a touchdown, and with this touchdown, the Seattle Seahawks won the game 2013, and they still have hope to enter to the playoffs. And with this loss, the Philadelphia Eagles lost the first set in the NFC East, and it looked like. But they control his destiny. If they win the last 3 games, the remaining 2 games, they're gonna to qualify to the playoffs. So, who are the NFL player picture? Until this moment in the AFC, the Ravens are the only team that clinch in this conference. They are the number 1 set. The Dolphins are the second. The Chiefs are the third, and the Jaguars are leading their respectively division. The wild card in this moment are the Browns, the Bengals, and the Colts, and in the bubble are the Texans and the Bills. And in my opinion, to enter to the playoffs will be between the Bengals, the Colts, the Texans, and the Bills, because in my opinion, the Steelers, the Broncos, and the Raiders and the Chargers are eliminated, not officially. And the eliminated in this moment from the AFC are the Patriots, the Titans, and the Jets. And the NFC, the 49ers, it looked like that they were going to win the NFC. They are the first set. The second set are the Cowboys, and they are leading. They are leading because the Eagles lost. But remember how I told you a minute ago, if the Eagles win the 3 remaining games, they are gonna to win the NFC East. But the most probably is the 49ers will win the NFC conference. And in this week, the Cowboys and the Eagles clinch a spot in playoffs. And the 3rd or 4th place are the Lions and the Buccaneers. And the 6th place and the 7th are the Vikings and the Rams. And in the hunt are the Seattle Seahawks and the Saints. And in my opinion, the Falcons, Packers, Giants, and Bears are eliminated, but not officially. And until this moment, the eliminated in the NFC are the Panthers, the Cardinals, and the Commanders. So, here's what my opinion about what happened in the NFL 2023 season, week 15. See you next videos. Children.